Hello loves, welcome back to LG Life Garden. This time of the season, garden changes so much that every day brings something new. This time, we're gonna plant more, collect my very first cucumber of the season, give you an update for the mushroom house and raspberries, and reveal the name of that mystery plant that we shared with you in the last vlog. And of course, spend more time with our furry babies. So stay with us and let's get started. Surprise, surprise! That's how our evening looks right now. It even feels dark, but it's not gonna stop us. I just get dressed more, and our scope of work is this. Let me show you. We still have plants that wasn't finished. I've been planting and they begging for it, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. Hopefully, it was the first couple of drops, and hopefully we can do it before the rain starts. If it starts, it's Colorado, it's Aurora, and here it's like everything goes around us. Even if it's rain is coming, it's like just go there and they're like avoiding us and then going forward. Anyway, shall we start? That's my scope of work for today, and I have 4 beans and I believe like 13 cucumbers to be planted. We already started the beans, so it will be a couple of beans and then the rest it will be a cucumbers, but let me show the close-up. Here's the beans, just 4 survived, but take a look on this. They're already having the cucumbers on the bushes. They didn't have a lot of, oh, look at that. Oh, poor baby. Somebody ate it like all the way from the inside. Aww. Anyway, time to be planted. You probably can't see it, but rain has already started, so better to be fast. I always start with measuring tape to keep the spacing nice and consistent. I always try to keep the good record, so I write everything down in my garden notebook. That way, I will always know what was planted where. The last 4 spots were planted with a new variety of peas. And in the very last spot, we planted Malabar spinach. Once everything was planted, Belle installed a few more hooks to give the vines something to climb. We may have been a little too enthusiastic and ended up with more hooks than plants. But that's okay. Always better to be prepared than to run out later. Now it's time to pick them all up. They're already finished with the hooks, and I'm gonna use the rope, and we're going to tie everything we planted that it will be picked up from the ground. That's what I have. By the way, sun is down, that's why it's so sunny. But let me show you. So first of all, here is the one of the cucumbers, and it already comes with the bunch of next one. Seems like this plant was really in a rush to produce more because it was expecting of being like dying soon. Okay, that's the second one with again a bunch of small ones on top. This one needs to be collected. By the way, seems like it has no spikes on it, which is nice of him. Okay, now these things needs to be taken care of. We've got these trailers from one of our neighbors who no longer had to use for it. It looks like it's found a new home in our garden. These pea plants shouldn't grow too tall, so this trailer seems like the perfect solution. And here is the last thing that I did for our beans tonight, and it is protecting them from rollies. We have so many of them, and they actually can chew seriously off the whole stem of the new beans. That's a reason why our old ones also having it. And by the way, seems like that's also them who did that. Actually can see through fully, even by the light inside. Seems like that was Rolly's fault. And that thing should protect them for first. Anyway, that's it for now. Peony, what you should feel when you come home and that's what meets you there. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? Peony, am I interrupting you? Your evening nap? From the first glance, they're so adorable. Look at them, they're magical. So our latest update that you haven't seen yet is the table. We picked everything up. Oh, that's another one. Lion's mane. And here one more. Then this one we picked up more. Substrate for free, as I said. And that's how I'm kind of not sure. Probably it's black oyster, I think. So bunch of them. This one's still under the plastic, but it's a lot of them. This one, nothing yet. By the way, we actually catched a bunch of scolopendras and released them here, and they will eat all these flies. Let me see. This one's all the. Oh, here we go. Here is the new ones. These ones. And it's mushroom flies, seems like. That's every single flies here. But they started feeling much better that we covered them with the plastic again. That's one more. It's probably hard to see with the sun coming through. These ones. Now, oh, here we go. More stubbies. More small mushrooms. Soon, our diet will look like just the mushrooms, seems like. It is the first time for me to collecting the cucumbers. Well, already did it, but first time for me. Let's see what I can find. I got the glove, scissors, and a bowl. Not the biggest one. That's the scope of work, and oh my gosh. Take a look. I'm already excited. Shall we start? Numbers 1 is looking good enough for me. Kind of don't need to collect anything else. That's it on this side, but I already see another one. Yep, randomly growing deal inside of the cucumbers, and they love to climb on it. So that's what I'm still having. They're already big enough, but I'm not gonna cut them yet. As well as a couple on this side. Here's another one. Huge. One more is coming. And another one. I was thinking to cut this one, but kind of by diameter. It's not big yet. But I'm really excited to try them on. Second week of July. Cucumbers are coming. But not only that, watermelons also growing. And the new area with mulch looking good too. Here is a couple more and more cardboards because I'm not finished with that. That section still needs to be finished with the cardboard and mulch. But other than that, looks good. Here we go. And these are just next to it that you can see the size. I'm excited. Are you excited to try? Remember this mystery plant from our last vlog? Well, here's the answer. It's a strawberry spinach. The young leaves can be eaten fresh in salads or cooked just like a regular spinach. They have a mild, slightly earthy flavor, very similar to a spinach, but a little more delicate. And these bright red berries are eatable too. Despite the names, they don't taste like strawberries. They are very mild, slightly sweet, with a hint of earthiness. But they are definitely a fun addition to the garden. Just like regular spinach, the leaves are a good source of vitamin A, C, and K, along with the iron and other minerals. The berries also contain vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, making this a unique and healthy plant to grow. The last thing I'd like to update you on today is our raspberries. Here in Colorado, we're now in the middle of July, and there is a peak of the raspberry season. Unlike our strawberries, which keep producing from the first warm days of spring until the first snowfall, raspberries have a much shorter harvest season. Right around this time, we'll pick the biggest harvest of the year. After that, the plants produce fewer and fewer beers until the season comes to end. It takes well about an hour to pick them all. He's actually called them sufferberries because by the time he's finished, his back is so sore from bending over. But once we taste those fresh raspberries, we both agree they are worth every minute.
Let's see where she is going. Aurora. She's checking on the neighbor's backyard.